Hi, welcome to the ADORNit studio. I'm Georgana, and today I'm going to teach you step by step how to make this adorable happy wood swag. And what you'll need to do is you'll need to purchase the kit, and inside this kit it comes with the wood pieces, and they've been laser die cut, so they're really fun and intricate. And then it comes with all the 12 by 12 paper that you need. It also comes with ribbon, stickers, and the step-by-step instructions. So everything is there in your kit. A few things you're going to want to gather from your craft supplies are a hot glue gun. You don't have to have a hot glue gun, but maybe a quick dry glue would be really beneficial for one of the flowers that we're going to make. You're going to want, I really love glue dots. I use these all the time, so grab some glue dots if you have those in your craft supply. Sandpaper, pen or pencil to trace your letters, scissors, and I love X-Acto knives when I'm doing home decor projects like this. So an X-Acto knife if you have one. And then a decoupage medium. You can use Mod Podge. I prefer zip dry. It's really easy to use. If you're in a high humidity area, you probably will want some Mod Podge to put a top coat on. And then if you'd like to have your projects inked, then I'd grab your favorite ink. I am using the Tim Holtz Distress ink. It's the walnut stain and the little brush that goes with it. And then I can't do a craft project without some dimensional pop dots. So if you have some of those, grab those as well. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to pull the contents out of your kit. I'm just going to pull everything out so you can see what comes in this. So we have the happy, so I'm just going to grab those letters. You can see there's lots of fun elements that come in this kit. Okay, so we are going to first start with the letters. Grab out your paper and your instructions. There is a colored picture, so it makes it really easy to follow along and just look at the picture to see what paper is supposed to go where. So the one we're going to start with is H, the letter H, and we are going to grab the paper with the flowers all over it. These are double-sided papers, so make sure you flip them over. The first one is the crazy wordplay, and we're going to use this. So now when you trace these letters, you are going to want to have the front of your letter face down. So I'm going to actually flip this like that and put my letter down. So when I hold it up, it's going to be the right side of the paper. And I'm just going to grab my pencil to trace. And it's super easy. You can just trace around it, so then you know where to cut out. If you have a self-healing cutting mat and an X-Acto knife, you can skip this step and just actually trace right around it with your X-Acto knife to cut it out. So that's another quick step that you could do. It just kind of depends on which you prefer. Okay, so I have that, and now I'm going to get my scissors. And I kind of like to just quickly cut around it to make it easier on me. And then just go ahead and follow those traced lines. Okay, so now I have my paper letter H traced out and cut, and I have my wood. And so we're going to grab the zip dry or whichever decoupage medium you prefer. And I'm just going to, the zip dry I love because you can just squeeze it right on instead of getting a sponge brush or something like that with the other decoupage mediums. Okay, so we're just going to squeeze that out. And the nice thing is with this zip dry is I just quickly go through and squeeze it on there. Now I can take my paper and I'm going to lay it face down on that. And I'm just going to rub it down. Okay, now here's where you're going to want to get out your sandpaper because there are some edges that are a little bit too big. So sometimes it's nice to just quick grab some sandpaper and go over those edges. And it just kind of tidies it up and trims it up very easily. Okay, so now that I have trimmed up my H, we can go ahead and we can do the rest of the letters. So you're going to just continue to cut them out as you see in the picture. So here I have them already done. I have my A. I have my P out of that cute word paper. I have my smaller P out of the red. And I have my Y out of that cute stripe. It's called ticker tape. One thing, the only one paper that you got to make sure you trace correctly is the one with the squares right here, that stripe. We are going to use this top square right here, this cherry one, in a flower. So you're going to make sure when you put your Y down that you don't use that one. So you're going to keep that. So maybe you could cut it out first so then you don't mess up on that. Okay, so we have our H, A, P, P, Y all done. So let's go ahead and move to the next step. We're going to gather all the scrap pieces that we have from cutting out our letters. And at this step, you can grab your ink if you're going to ink your letters and just go around the edges quickly. I think the ink is fun because it just adds another depth and dimension to your project, kind of puts an outline to the letters so they have a little more contrast. So go ahead and do that to all of your letters if you want. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to start with our first tag, and we are going to get off of the paper right here. We're going to cut out, you can see right here my sample of what we're making. We're going to first cut the very first flower, and it's out of this scrap. So I guess the other thing you need to make sure when you're doing your P is you don't do it out of your flowers. See how I did that? And we're just going to quick trim that out. And then go ahead and, you don't have to be too precise, but kind of fussy cut out that flower. Okay, so now I have that flower cut out, so I am just going to grab my zip dry again, and I am going to just put a little bit of glue on that tag. And this is the asterisk tag that we found to use. And we're just going to lay that down. Next, we're going to find our cardstock sticker, and we're going to get this sticker that says Happy Day. And again, if you like your ink, go ahead and put some ink on it. And then this is where I really love those dimensional foam dots. I'm just going to put a few dots behind there because I just love having dimension on my product. There's so many different ones, any that are on the market, so any of them work great. I put 2 layers to make it really thick. And I'm just going to place that there, and then I'm going to kind of off-center that. Okay, we're going to make these really fun rolled roses. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to get the ticker tape right here. And I'm going to just go ahead, we're going to want that square. And it says to do it about 6 inches. So really the size that you want your flower to be all depends on the size of the circle that you cut. So I'm going to want one a little bit bigger and one a little bit smaller. And I just kind of eyeball it. If you really want to be precise, then get out a paper trimmer, but I'm just, like I said, going to eyeball it. So here I have, I know that this is a 6 by 6 inch square on my paper. So this one I did a little bit smaller. And what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of freehand a circle to create this flower. Okay, and then in your instructions, you'll see that there is a diagram for this flower. It's right here. It tells you that you're going to start here skinny, and then you're just going to kind of go around in a spiral. See how easy that is? You just spiral it right around. And then when we get to the end, we're going to want to leave a base because that's where we're going to actually glue the flower to. So I have my spiral, and you can see right there is going to be the base. Okay, so now we're just going to take the skinny end right here. It's kind of like a snake tail, and we're just going to roll it. And we're just going to continue to roll all the way around this spiral. And that's what creates that fun rolled rose. And they are so much fun. You can put them on cards, you can put them on layouts, Once you make these, you'll just be addicted. I've seen really cute garlands that people make just out of the rolled roses. And you can do it as loose or as tight as you want. So I'm almost there. I just keep going around. Make sure that base stays down at the bottom. See how it kind of tried curling up on me? Okay, and then this is where I use the hot glue gun because I really want something that's going to dry fast. The other thing you can use are the glue dots. There's a craft glue dot, so it's a little bit thicker, and that works too. But today I am going to use the hot glue gun, and I'm just going to take that base and I am going to put the glue right there, and I'm going to put a big gob of it. And then I don't want to burn my fingers, so I'm just going to put those layers down because I want them to hold. And I'm just going to kind of hold it there to let it go into place. And that's why a quick dry glue is the best for this project. And there we have it. There is our rolled rose. How fun is that? So simple and so easy. Okay, so there is one. And then we're going to do the same thing with this bigger one. We're just going to freehand a circle and repeat that same step, okay? Okay, so now that you have both of your rolled roses, we're just going to, all you have to do is cut some of that cute happy ribbon, and you just have to tie that through that tag. It's really easy to do. And then you have that happy tag completed. So we can move on to our next letter. Now you're going to gather these really cute flowers, and they have holes in the center out of the flowers. And so they're really cute to put some ribbon on and hang from the center ribbon. So you'll see right here. You can also see that we did decoupage some paper onto them. So throughout this whole project, if you want to add more paper to it, feel free, or I love to just keep it the natural wood because I think that's quick and easy, and those are my kind of projects. You can also just rub it with some ink or some acrylic paint would be really fun too. So I have those, and then you can just take your happy ribbon again, and we're just going to tie them together. So I just eyeball it. Don't cut it any certain width. And I'm going to just leave my ribbon on there because we're going to assemble that very last. So we have each of our pieces. Okay, so our A, we don't need to do anything with. It is just really cute plain with some ink around the edges. So let's move on to our letter P. We're going to want to find the bird cage. So here's my bird cage. And then we're going to want to find that really cute bird right here. So I have those two pieces, and then you can see that it is decoupaged onto a tag. So we're going to want to find that oval tag, which is right here. So those are our wood pieces that we're going to need for our letter P. So you can see behind this bird cage we've added some paper. So just grab a scrap of what you want to use. I think this one would be really cute behind that bird cage. I'm just going to snip off some paper. And then instead of putting the paper on top, we're going to put it behind. So I'm going to put my zip dry right on this back side of this bird cage. Okay, so there I have my glue on the back side, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then you can take your X-Acto knife, or you can take some scissors and just quick trim up that bird cage. Just like that. How fun and simple is that? So then we're going to get the stickers. That's what that's from. And we're going to grab this today right here, this sticker. We're going to pull that off and go ahead and trim off that word that says today. And then you can grab another scrap. This is where you really utilize those scraps. And you're going to trim it to the size you want, so a little bit off here and a little bit off here. And then I'm just going to place that sticker right here on that red paper, and I'm just going to quickly trim around it. It's always fun to mat and create layers and contrast to all the different elements. So that's done. And then we have that cute flower, so now I'm just going to glue that down. Right there. Okay, and then the flower from the sticker as well. And that is right here. We're going to fussy cut that as well. And place it on there. And it's a sticker, so it just sticks right on there. How cute is that little bird cage? Okay, so now let's move on to the tag. We're going to get the same paper that we used for the base of the other tag, and we're going to cut out wherever you want. I really like that white daisy right there. So I'm just going to kind of place it on there and say that's where I want it. And we're going to decoupage the same way I taught you before, where we're going to now flip this over and we're going to put our glue on the right side. Okay, so I finished the tag and I just quickly sanded around the edges, just like I showed you on the letters. And then we're going to next add this cute little bird, and we're just going to quick ink him on the top and place him right there. You can grab a glue dot or some hot glue to put him on, since it's that wood. Place him right there. And then grab this cute banner sticker that says happy. And it's so simple, just stick it right there. Just like that. And now that letter P is now decorated. So let's move on next to the other letter P. Grab that, and we are just going to put on this cute border sticker right here. So grab this off your sticker. You can leave the blue or you can trim it off. Here they've matted it on some yellow, but I really like the blue. I think that's really cute. So I'm going to eyeball it, see about how long it is. And then of course, since I love dimension, I'm just going to go through and add a few more of these dimensional foam dots on here. Okay, so I have my dimensional dots on there, and I'm just going to place that right down the middle of that P. You can off center it if you want to. The other thing is, if you don't want to use that quick sticker, is you can fussy cut out this border sticker right here as well and put that on. So that's also another fun option for that. Okay, so our letter P is done. So let's move on to our letter Y. This is probably my favorite letter in this Happy Swag because it has our super cute ADORNit fabric that coordinates with the paper. That's a really fun thing that ADORNit offers, is we offer the cotton fabric that coordinates with our scrapbook paper. And so in this kit you actually get to sample some of this fabric. So I'm just going to grab those swatches that are in here. And they're a little bit bigger than what you need, so you can just grab some scissors, and if you just start a piece and then you can tear it, and it creates that fun frayed edge, and that's what I really like, is to have that fun frayed edge on there. Okay, so then you can just take, and the very bottom is green, and we're just going to tie a bow. You could tie a knot. That might be easier. But isn't that so fun? Okay, so you'll do that with the other 3 colors as well. You can trim it off like this. So go ahead and finish putting on your fabric. Okay, so now that we have all of our letters done, it's time to string them on with the really cute ribbon. So you're going to gather this ribbon out from your kit. And in order to string these letters, you're going to have to grab probably a hole punch, or I just use my X-Acto knife. And and on the back side, you can see the holes that are already there in the wood. And so that's why I just kind of puncture them with the X-Acto knife, and then I just quick round it out. And that's why I love the X-Acto knife, because you're able to get in there in those tight spots. If you have a crocodile, those work really great as well. I love my crocodile. So there we have it. So you'll do that to all your letters. I'll do the letter H now and show you how to string that on first. And that's going back to the decoupage. I didn't put a top coat on mine, but that's why if you're living in high humidity, it might be best to put some Mod Podge on and put a top coat on. Just kind of seal that paper down to that wood. Or if you like it with that edges kind of turned up, you can distress it a little bit more than what we even have. There's so many fun options of what you can do to finish this Happy Swag. But aren't the colors just so fun? I love the bright aqua and the bright red, and of course the bright yellow. Okay, so I have my letter H done, and you'll just grab, and you're going to want to have your end so that you have somewhere to tie it, and you just start, I kind of fold my ribbon so it's easier to stick through those letters. And I'm starting from the inside so then I can continue to add the rest of the letters on. Might be easy to grab some tweezers or something to help you pull those through if you're having a hard time. Okay, so you'll just continue with each letter and stringing them onto that cute sunshine ribbon until it looks like this finished sample right here. And then that's where you'll go back and remember how we had these cute dangles for those flowers, and then there's another tag right here. That's where you can go on next and tie them on onto that ribbon. So it's really easy. Just tie a square knot. And then you can always trim up those edges. I really like to cut them on an angle to kind of finish them off. That's always really fun. Okay, so I think that about does it. You will have some extra tags and some extra things, so feel free to add more to it. You know, kind of make it your own. You don't have to follow this exactly the way we have designed it, so you can add your own creativity to the project, but it's so much fun. And here is your darling happy swag all finished. So it is so easy to make, and we are so glad that you joined us today in this fun ADORNit class. And we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have a lot more fun ideas for you to watch and learn from. Have a great day.